Hello, Gene Schwimmer here. Welcome to today's vlog. I guess I got to start out with a little bit of a mea culpa today. I screwed up. Not a serious screw up. It's actually just a break from my usual routine. I post these videos, or I schedule them to be posted in the morning, usually the morning after I record them. I screwed up the video that I did that was supposed to appear this morning. I accidentally scheduled it to appear or to be posted tomorrow morning. So it just got posted. I just did it now late afternoon on Thursday. So it's a little late, and it just had to be one of those videos where I was wondering whether it even got posted at all. The idea was that it would be posted this morning, and then I would see later in today when I'm recording this if it got censored or not, because as you may already know, especially if you watched the video that I did yesterday, if you saw it, YouTube is now censoring videos, YouTube videos, except for certain exceptions, of anybody who questions the results of the election. If you say the election was stolen, if you say the jury is still out, if you say that Biden is not yet the president-elect, they'll take the video down. They'll censor it. They sent a notice out to that effect. I quoted from it. Hopefully you saw that video, because if you didn't see that one, then you're not going to see this one either, because I'm talking about the election again. So let me just be clear here for YouTube. You just have to bear with me for a second, because it's like 1984. They're censoring videos of things that they don't like, opinions they don't like. So let me just say for the record that this election was the most wonderful election in my entire 68 years of life. This is the best election I've ever seen, or it was the best election, November 3rd. Joe Biden is just so wonderful. I am just so happy. Never mind that I'm a conservative. I am just so happy, just for you at YouTube, because I know somebody's watching this. How can you censor it if you don't see the video? So YouTube, let me just stipulate that Joe Biden is just so wonderful. I am so happy he got elected, and it would be far from me to question the results. So I'm not questioning. I am just accepting, well, YouTube says that Biden won, so Biden won because YouTube said so. So I am not expressing an opinion. What I am showing is some very interesting charts from testimony. Okay, YouTube, this is factual testimony by an expert. This was before the Georgia House of Representatives. They're taking testimony about the election, about whether there were any problems. Of course, there weren't any problems, because Joe Biden, the most wonderful president in history, or president-elect, and well, we'll just say president, right? Because we can't disagree, so president. He's president already, okay? But definitely president-elect. So they were investigating whether there were any quote-unquote problems with the November 3rd election in Georgia. There was testimony today. Well, I'm sure there is a perfectly innocent explanation for this, and as you'll see, two other states that this expert mentioned. You'll remember that there was a point for 2 hours when it was on TV, okay? It was announced on TV. I heard it with my own ears, but you can find it on YouTube, and you can find news stories. The night of the election, November 3rd, when Georgia announced that they were stopping the count. They were stopping the count. They sent all the observers out, the Republican observers, and there were only a couple there in the first place, and they were made to stand far away from where the monitors were, so they couldn't actually see anything. The room, the place where the ballots were counted for Fulton County, it curves. There's a kind of a curve, so you can't, if you're standing at one part of the curve, you can't see around where the machines are. But somebody did an analysis from public records, okay, YouTube, these are public records, the public, well, it's all public, okay, I'm not making it up. So let's look at the first chart. This is Georgia, and in Georgia you see two lines on this chart here. These are the votes as they're being posted on election eve. So you see a blue line and you see a red line. The blue line is the Democratic candidate, that would be Joe Biden, and the red line is Donald Trump, the Republican. You can see Donald Trump ahead from the beginning, consistently ahead, but you also see the votes coming in at a pretty steady rate. They go up, the line goes up as the votes come in, but then you see the arrow there, you see the sudden spike. That spike is over 100,000 votes that suddenly appear all at once. And look, you see that spike, it's only on the blue line, because all those votes are for Biden. You can see how steady the increase is, and then at this one point, over 100,000 votes for Joe Biden come in or are posted all at once. And then after that, it's all over. You see Biden stays ahead, and then there's another spike near the end there, and then by a small margin, Biden pulls ahead. Now, what this expert noted, his name is David Cross, by the way. You can see his photo up there in the upper right-hand corner. He was, as he was explaining this to the Georgia House of Representatives, or the committee that was meeting. So look at Michigan now. Michigan is another one of these swing states, one of these contested states, or one of these states that are, well, Texas is suing Michigan and these other states. But look at the lines here. Trump is ahead, and then suddenly a spike, the blue line, a sudden spike, and suddenly Biden is pulling ahead very quickly. Trump is ahead for the whole night, and then suddenly you have this spike. And again, YouTube, this is not my opinion, this is public record. This is how this chart was derived. And finally, Wisconsin. Look at Wisconsin. Same thing. The blue line on the bottom is Biden. The red line on the top is Trump. Trump is ahead always, the whole night, just about he's ahead. Maybe they're close in the beginning there, but you see how Trump pulls ahead. And then near the end, in the middle of the night, okay, middle of the night, suddenly another spike, sudden spike, much greater than what has been coming in up to that point, a sudden spike, and then suddenly Biden is ahead, and then Biden wins Wisconsin. He didn't show Pennsylvania, but I would not be surprised if Pennsylvania showed the same thing. But that should be enough. So again, YouTube, I am not expressing an opinion except to say that Joe Biden is the most wonderful president we've ever had, and that election that we just had was completely transparent. Just ignore the charts. I'm just showing that for fun, all right? So you can think what you want about the chart, but don't say what you think about that chart on YouTube or your YouTube. Well, you could probably do it in the comments. I hope you can get away with it in the comments, but definitely don't post a YouTube video about what these charts would seem to show, because if you do, you're going to get censored, because I guess you think you're grown adults that could think for yourself, make up your own mind, but you would be wrong. You need YouTube to do your thinking for you and to prevent you from being exposed to charts. And, well, you can see the chart, I hope, but to, well, just what they call in the novel 1984, George Orwell, wrong think. You don't want to be exposed to wrong think. And I'll just leave it right there, except to say that some right think might be that if you think this video was of value to you, to give me a thumbs up, share with anybody you think would also like the video. Got any comments? Comment section below the video, where you can put questions, suggestions for future topics. You could subscribe. I love getting new subscribers. And you could visit my music channel. I put a link in the, well, several links actually in the description. One to the channel and then to the individual songs that I have. Just a few up there so far. Another one coming fairly soon, I hope. But I would love for you to visit my music channel under my music name, Gene Allan, not to be confused with this channel. And as always, I appreciate the time you spend with me. I hope you'll spend more time with me, because I hope you'll come back, because I want to see everybody again, hopefully with a few friends and family. And until I do see all of you again, I'll just look forward to seeing all of you again. And until I do see all of you again, bye.